Mr. Ibu's adopted daughter has broken her silence. You need to hear this. Welcome to Getting Right with Olivia, my queens and kings, my correct people. Them. Sometimes it's not good to just draw conclusion from one person's side of the story. You need to hear from all the parties involved, all the people involved in that particular matter. You need to hear from all of them before you can draw conclusion or make your own judgment. This case of Jasmine, the adopted daughter of Mr. Ibu, has actually taught a lot of people so many lessons, because that time people were shouting, "Where is she? Bring her! Why is it that you want to take over from a married woman's place? You want to take her husband? Bring her! We are going to call village meeting for you. We are going to do this one." But hey, if you hear this her story, you are going to melt. You are going to regret. If you're among the people who have said so many things about this lady, you are going to regret ever saying anything bad about her. Let's hear from the horse's mouth.
So today I'm going to be talking about what has transpired this entire time. The past 3 months has been, I can't say it has been hell, but in every situation, I want to give thanks to God. I said I was not going to talk about this issue until Daddy gets back to his feet. And glory be to God, he's been discharged and recuperating. Um, a lot has happened, not just the event of the past few months. A lot has happened, and I would like to share more light on how I got involved, how things got to this point. And I'm not talking because I need people to sympathize with me. No, that's not the essence of this. I'm talking because I feel like I have been abused, I have been used, and I hope you guys are patient enough to at least listen to the entire story, because it means a lot to me for people to know what really transpired, what really happened. Then, if after listening to me, you feel like, oh, I'm wrong, fine. I'll leave the judgment to you people. So, how did I get involved in all this in the first place? Um, Firstly, how did I get involved with this family, the John Okafor family, Mr. Ibu family? The first and most important question I get all the time from people, mostly on my comment section, is, "Oh, don't she have a family? Don't she have parents? Leave this family alone," and all of that. I would like to start addressing from those kind of comments. So many years ago, my dad passed on. May his soul rest in peace. He was in the Nigerian army. He was a very good friend to Mr. Ibu, who is now a father figure in my life. When my dad passed on, Mr. Ibu himself was at the burial. Ever since then, he has played the role of a father figure in my life. Not for once have I ever needed somebody as a father that he was not there for me. So, fast forward to 2018, I left the country, I left Nigeria, and then I went to look for greener pasture outside the country. Things were working out for me. I was doing good. I was doing fine. Later on, I relocated to Cyprus where I was studying law. Fast forward to 2020, Daddy in person of Mr. Ibu, started writing me on WhatsApp requesting for financial assistance. I was really surprised because before I left this country, he was doing well. If he wasn't at the peak of his career, he was doing absolutely well. He has exotic cars, everything was okay for him. So in 2020, when he started reaching out to me that he needed money for certain things, I was really surprised. Certain times I will send 50,000, 5,000, 2,000, as much as I can. I have friends then in Cyprus that can attest to it. I think I have one friend, Ventura, another friend, Otonye. These are people I know that can attest to it, because then, even when I don't have as much, I would borrow from them or I would get from them to send to him. So at some point, it was quite disturbing because I know when I left this country, he was doing very, very okay. I started asking questions. I asked him what exactly is happening in your life right now for you to be asking for the least 50,000, 10,000, 5,000. Are you sure everything is okay? That was the first time he mentioned to me that he was sick and he was in Abuja. I then asked him, how about your wife? How is the children? How is everybody doing? It's been long since I heard from any of them. He said, his wife is in Lagos, that he has been in Abuja for close to 2 years now. And I was like, if you're sick, the best place to be is your home in Lagos. Why Abuja? He didn't really say much. So I told him to send me his wife number that I would like to hear from her. It's been a while. I'd like to hear from her. Let me know what's happening in their life and all of that. Let me also understand why he was asking for those kind of financial help if things has really gotten that bad. Because I was in shock. It also surprised me. So he later sent her number. I called her. I asked her how she was doing. She said everything was not well. I could remember that day. The first day I contacted her after a very long time, she said everything is not well, that her husband has left the house for over 2 years, he has abandoned the children and everything. I was surprised to hear that from her. And then she said that very day she started sending me videos. I think the last time they called me out that I was on that the freeze life, I made reference to that. And I'm sure those evidence will still be on the live because I've changed my phone severally and my phone formatted, so I might not have some of those evidence. But I still know that if I go to my iCloud, I'll still see some of them, which I'll be posting while the video goes on. So around that period, she was crying over the phone when I asked her how things were going. She said that daddy, in person of Mr. Ibu, has left the house for over 2 years, abandoned her with the kids, that things were really bad for her. Even that day, she sent me a video of NEPA people cutting the light as of when I called her. The NEPA people were there. She went to her car. She showed me her car, that there was no fuel in her car. Her car was in a very bad condition. That in fact, that if I don't intervene, no, 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 no. The NEPA people will cut the light and there will be no light there will be no light in the house. And the children were drinking Gary, that there was no food in the house for the children, that they were drinking Gary, that things has gotten real bad, that since daddy was in Abuja, he was not really in a very good state to help them and support her. And for her, she's not doing any work. She according to her, she married him. She has not had any job. She has not done anything. She has no means of sustaining the family. I mean, she totally depends on him to be able to sustain the family and pay school fees for the children. So I said, okay, me, I'm in Cyprus though. I'm studying. I showed her some of my school stuff that I'm studying law. This is where I am. We're trying to catch up with each other. And I told her this is where I am right now. But I'll try and see if I can raise at least 100,000 and send to her so that she can sort out the little she can solve. She said, okay. That day I sent her 100,000. The proof of that 100,000 I sent her is in the previous live video I did with Daddy Freeze. I sent her 100,000 naira. She called me, she thanked me, said that 100,000 will go a very long way for her. I said, okay, subsequently, I will keep in touch. That was my first encounter with her after a very long period of time. But that was my first time talking to her after a very long period of time, after I left the country and everything. So from there, she started chatting me every day. We were talking. Subsequently, she would send me for every single time we're having conversation. It was about the issues in the house and all of those things. And at the point, she started complaining to me that she's not able to reach daddy on the phone in person of Mr. Ibu. That when she calls him in Abuja, he doesn't pick and all of that. So she will ask me to call daddy on her behalf and talk to daddy that daddy should send something for her and the kids. And I've been supporting her in the little way I can during that period. My friends in Cyprus, I can call their names here. I'm sure most of them are still alive, although I'm not in contact with some of them because I've left Cyprus for a while. They are aware. Some of them are aware because when I don't have, I'll ask my friend, oh please help me, I want to send. They know how close I was to the family and how I was always concerned about the family. So at one point, I said I was coming back to Nigeria because at that point I was dating someone and we're talking about getting married. So I had a reason to come to Nigeria, and I told her, I said, "Look, I'm coming to Nigeria. When I come to Nigeria, we'll sit down and talk. Then we'll know how to solve some of all these issues that is going on, you know." So I was also talking to daddy's son, Valentine, that was in South Africa. I was talking to so many people in the family that period. So when I came back to Nigeria, I was supposed to come to Lagos. In fact, she was supposed to meet me at the airport, but she couldn't meet up. And then I told her I was going straight to Abuja. I traveled with one other lady, one of their family friend. So we went to Abuja. On getting to Abuja, daddy was really sick. He was really, really sick. That was the first video that went viral on social media that I was giving him medicine. I said, Daddy, take this medicine, take the medicine. I am sure I'll put it on the screen during the course of the video. So daddy was really sick. The condition I met him was really bad. I have a lot of videos we made that day. Asking what was happening. He said he's really down for the past 2 years. He don't know what is happening. I said, why haven't you gone home if things are really that bad? Go home and stay with your wife. At least she will take care of you. Now that you are here in this hotel, the name of the hotel he was then was Nana Suit. People can go and find out how long that he stayed in Nana Suit. I know I heard when I came, I heard he lived in so many hotels in Abuja before finally living in Nana Suit. I'm sure people that are watching this video, some people will be able to go there and make inquiries. It was in Nana Suit Hotel that I went and found that day. So in that Nana Suit Hotel, there are some other people that were there, some other actors. During the course of this video, I'll be mentioning some names. So if there's anything I'm saying that is lie, people can go and make inquiries. You know, I didn't want to come and say anything, but the things have gotten to the part where I have to speak up, and I have to speak up my truths. I have to say my truth the way it is. That is the essence of telling this story. The way it is. If after knowing my truths, you people still deem it fit to condemn me, it's fine. But at least let it be that I speak. Let it be that I said something. Let it be that I stood up for myself. So when I arrived at that Nana hotel with the lady that is a family friend to them, daddy was really sick. Then I did a video of him being sick and I put it on social media. That video caught the attentions of so many good Nigerians. And then people started reaching out. And what's happening to Mr. Ibu? It's been so long we heard about Mr. Ibu. What's happening to all our old Nollywood actors? We haven't been seeing Mr. Ibu. Nobody has been hearing about him for a while now. And there were some good people that were around him around that period. They knew he was sick, but they did not know he was that bad. Benedict Johnson, a Nollywood actor, was there. Labista was there. There's one other man. I don't really know him mutually, but I met him there. He was one of the people that was helping him then, and Bala, Mr. Bala. They had a program running, a political party program that was running on that period. I can't really say much about it because I came and met them in the middle of it. In fact, I later found out that they were the one even sustaining his hotel bill, his food and everything. So when they saw that video, they rushed, they came, Benedict Johnson came over, Labista came over, and some people in Nollywood, they came over. And immediately, it wasn't up to an hour, let me say an hour 30 minutes, they rushed him to the hospital. They rushed him to the hospital, zenith medical Zenith Kidney and Medical Center. When they took him to the hospital, I believe Benedict Johnson, by the grace of God, he's alive and healthy. He knows most of, he should be able to relate to most of the things I'm going to say during this period in Abuja. They took him to the hospital. The doctors saw that they saw his former medical reports from the previous hospital he was. And what the doctor said that day, I won't forget, he said, if these medical reports that they came with is the state of him, of daddy right now, that means things are really bad. And then I could remember then, if the people that were there can attest to the fact that daddy was saying, death is near, death is near, death is near. I was rebuking him. I said, death is not near, you're not dying anytime soon. So the hospital, they said they had to make a deposit of a particular amount of money. Benedict Johnson and Labista were running around with some other people, the Bala man. They were running around. They were able to raise a certain amount of money, and then they made deposit at that hospital, Zenith Hospital. So they started checking that day. I cannot actually give details of his medical condition because I feel like that those are things that are actually personal to him. But I can actually say to some extent the medical condition was really bad. It wasn't a very good report. So they started checking him all over. They had to admit him. They admitted him in that hospital for at least 3 months. And the people that took care of the bill that time, as far as I know, was that group of people that were sustaining him at that hotel. So when I came, the first thing I asked, I called the wife. I said, look, I'm here at the hospital in Abuja. The condition is really bad. If it's possible for you to come, come. She now said, that she doesn't have transport, or that she doesn't have money for flight, she can't come, that they said we're going to arrange money for her to come and all of that. I said, okay. So I spoke to daddy. I said, we need to find a way for your wife to come so that she can actually take care of you.
All right, my correct representative, you all have heard what the adopted daughter of Mr. Ibo had said. The story continues in the next part, which will be part two. So I'm going to be naming those stories part one, part two, part three, depending when the story ends. Okay, so for now, this particular video is going to be the part one. Very soon I will upload the part two so that we'll continue it like that. Okay, so when the story ends, I'm also going to let you guys that the story has ended. All right, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support. Bye for now.